So yesterday was a very quick day in the Big Brother house. 2 days ago, Josh sent us a survey that was like, we had to, it was like the superlatives basically. So it was like, who do you think is most likely to win this game? Who shouldn't be playing this game? Who's the nicest? Who's the meanest? Things like that. And then yesterday we had to, for HOH, we had to guess, like who we thought the majority of the house picked. And whoever got the most right out of 10 would be HOH. And I was really not looking forward to this challenge because I didn't know if I wanted to be HOH yet, but I knew that this was like a challenge that I could win because I feel like I've been playing a really great social game this season. And so having talked to a lot of people, I feel like I've been really like inquisitive and like just like aware. And so like it feels like I felt like I knew how people were going to vote. And I felt like that was like really in line with how I voted too. And so I ended up getting 8 out of 10 right. And Josh told me I won HOH, and I like was just like, oh, like I want this HOH to be like as low key as possible, like going into what we anticipated would be the jury round, which it was. So good. I'm on the jury, which is really my main goal.
What is up, guys? The HOH results are in, and the nominations will be due by 10 o'clock tonight, and I will not accept them before 8 o'clock. So it's an 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock window for tonight's nominations. Winning this head of household with a score of 2 minutes on the dot. Alex, you are the head of household.
Okay, so being HOH is a lot of power, but it also sucks because you essentially have to put up 2 people to evict, right? So when I was trying to think about what I wanted to do and who I wanted to put up, there were sort of 3 main concerns I was thinking about. Keeping trust with the room 4, keeping Robbie, Shane, and Nathan happy, and getting a returning player out. And with those 3 criteria, it essentially left Trey and Connor as the odd people out. Obviously, I have an alliance with myself and Connor, Gray, and Robbie, so that sort of took Connor off the chopping block there, and it left Trey as the only viable option. Then it needed to figure out who can I put against him to make sure Trey goes home, and it seems like Kaylee was the best bet. Gray already put her on the block, so it shouldn't cause too many waves. I spoke with her, and I really feel like I did a good job making it clear to her that I'm with her, I want her in this game, but it's a team effort here, and I need her help in helping to eliminate Trey. Hey guys, so thanks for all the congratulations on winning HOH. I'm really stoked, but I realized that as well, that with my safety means that 2 of you guys are going to be up for eviction. This is not an easy task. I've been busy tonight, and I've sort of been running around in my thoughts, and the only thing I can sort of stick on right now is putting up Trey and Kaylee for eviction, and I hope you guys give it all in the veto. I know that you're both going to try your best, and I don't know what else to say, so good night.
What up, viewing party? Talking to you while I'm walking my dog here. As you know, I'm up on the block for eviction. I am kind of worried right now because if the nominations hold as they are currently, if I or anybody else in the house, I think I would vote to evict me because Kaylee was voted most clueless in the house. I don't say that to dog on her or belittle her, but you don't get voted most clueless in the house if you have a complete idea of what's going on and people see you as a threat right now. So I view myself very much as do or die right now. Do or die. And personally, I'd prefer to stay with the do category. So I went hard on this veto because I think if I don't get the veto, I think there's a good chance I go home. Now, I think Robbie and Alex are in league together, and they're planning a major move. I think me and Kaylee were put up as lambs, and then if Robbie or Alex wins the veto, they would use it on Kaylee and send me, the pawn, or whoever the real target is, home. That being said, I don't want to trust my fate to just hoping that the house goes the way Alex and Robbie want it to, because that would be bad for my game. I think that Robbie and Alex are major threats, and I'm coming after them, not vindictively, but because I think that they, right now, control the house, and that's not good. What up, viewing party? Talking to you while I'm walking my dog here. As you know, I'm up on the block for eviction. I am kind of worried right now because if the nominations hold as they are currently, if I or anybody else in the house, I think I would vote to evict me because Kaylee was voted most clueless in the house. I don't say that to dog on her or belittle her, but you don't get voted most clueless in the house if you have a complete idea of what's going on and people see you as a threat right now. So I view myself very much as do or die right now. Do or die. And personally, I'd prefer to stay with the do category. So I went hard on this veto because I think if I don't get the veto, I think there's a good chance I go home. Now, I think Robbie and Alex are in league together, and they're planning a major move. I think me and Kaylee were put up as lambs, and then if Robbie or Alex wins the veto, they would use it on Kaylee and send me, the pawn, or whoever the real target is, home. That being said, I don't want to trust my fate to just hoping that the house goes the way Alex and Robbie want it to, because that would be bad for my game. I think that Robbie and Alex are major threats, and I'm coming after them, not vindictively, but because I think that they, right now, control the house, and that's not good.
Okay, so if Trey wins the power veto, that would be the worst thing to happen. Possibly in this game. Like, nothing could be worse than Trey winning. So I am praying that he does not win, but if he does, I'm fucked. Oh god, that means I literally have to put up Quinn or Thomas, and I would probably put up Thomas because he just doesn't talk to me as much, really anymore. I know he's been busy or whatever, and maybe he's just a quiet guy. I need to leave Quinn for someone else to put up. But I don't know, I wouldn't be against just throwing Quinn up there. So it would be one of those two. It would really come down to if I can get Gray and Connor to suggest one of them. Because this is not my idea, right? Like, this is our HOH. So I need other people to say that they need to go. And I need Daryl to be included. But yeah, if Trey wins, I'll literally scream.
Hey guys, the results. Oh, my voice. Hey guys, the results are in. We had a tie between two people, and we had to go to a tiebreaker question. We had a tiebreaker between Alex and Quinn, and winning this power of veto. Congratulations, Quinn Teddy. You have won the power of veto.
I have decided not to use the power of veto.
It looks like Trey will be going home, but Alex is getting kind of sketched out that Quinn and Gray and Thomas are going to vote to keep him. Now, if that's the case, me, Robbie, and Shane would be keeping Kaylee. Unless they use the steal a vote. And then I'm on the outs. So I don't know what to do here. I really don't. I don't know what's going on in this game. I feel like I am mentally and emotionally drained, and I can't keep up anymore.
Today's crazy, you know. Nominations are the same, and Trey's coming at me. People want to say Trey. Some people's wanting Kelly gone. You know, it's the game of Big Brother that I love, and I'm excited because I'm not on the block and I get to evict somebody. Either way, I'm going to piss somebody off because I don't vote with them. But it's good, right? I was saying yesterday I was screwed because Shane and Nathan was coming at me, and I don't want them in the game no more. They don't even talk to me, which I understand. Me voting to evict Trey would benefit them, right? But it would screw Alex, who I do trust, but I know is playing me. If I vote to evict Kaylee, that takes the number away from Nathan and Shane, but it also helps the returnees, which is an alliance. So it's like a serious, hard decision. Like almost every eviction is going to be from here on out. And I'm like off the wall. I don't know what to do, you know? I'm still not decided. I probably won't decide until the deadline. It's crazy. Which is good for me because I might be in the middle of the returnees and the ones who want the returnees out. That's good.
Yikes. I vote to evict Trey.
I vote to evict Trey.
I'm going to evict Trey.
I vote to evict Trey. Sorry.
Unfortunately, I have to vote out Trey.
I cast my vote to evict Trey.
I vote to evict Trey.
I vote to evict Trey. Sorry, bud.
Yes, you're the first member of the jury. In a unanimous decision, Trey, you have been evicted from the Big Brother house.
Damn, Trey. Sorry to see you go. I really didn't want to vote you out, but as you saw, it was unanimous. It was really tough to sway some people. I think you just got put in a bad situation, a bad first room, but wish you the best of luck.
So I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is the worst I can do in this season is second juror, which is pretty cool. I'm happy with that. I got to be honest. I didn't think I'd make it this far in this game. The bad news is that I may have just evicted my number one ally in this game, being Trey. So I'll recap what happened this week because I have been very inactive on DRs. Alex won HOH, which I was pretty cool with. I mean, he's in room 4, and independently of the room, he's one of the people that I talk to the most, both game and personally. So I felt really good about his HOH. Gave him a call, and then he was telling me he was wanting to put up Kaylee and Trey. I was a little hesitant about Trey. I wasn't gonna, show my cards that I was working with Trey very much, and so I didn't really say that it was a bad idea. I just kind of went with it. So I ended up winning the veto, which is pretty cool, and I knew that I was pretty much going to go with whatever Alex wanted because I didn't see any reason in rocking the vote and messing up my relationship with him. There was some little weird stuff that went on post-veto, and I'll talk a little bit about that. So I win, and then I'm pretty, I had basically said at that point, I'm not going to use it to Alex. But then he starts telling me that he's hearing from people that I am trying to convince others to keep Trey, which I never did. Not even a semblance of that did I say something remotely close to let's keep Trey to anyone. So he appeared to believe me. He said that he thought it was a little sketchy the way that they were bringing it to him. So I think he believes that I wouldn't do that, especially because the vote was unanimous tonight to evict Trey. I mean, if there were one vote to keep Trey, then if that would have been a very smart rogue vote for someone to do. If somebody had decided, if somebody knew that it was going to be unanimous, then what they should have done was voted to evict Kaylee and then pin it on me, because that would not ruin my relationship with Alex, but it would definitely tarnish it. And that's a relationship that I think I really need in this game to get further, because I know I'm going to protect Alex as much as I can. I hope that he's going to reciprocate that. But if there's any kind of distrust between us, then he's got more allies outside of room 4. I'm hearing that Nathan and Robbie are pretty close with Alex, which is a little upsetting because I thought that Robbie and I were pretty tight.
I heard from Alex last night on our phone call that Nathan and Robbie both think that they were two of the people who said that I needed to be backdoored to be evicted, which is a little alarming because I've thought that I've had a pretty good relationship with Robbie, not so much with Nathan. I mean, we chatted a little bit, but with Robbie, I was like, dude, come on. I thought we were like close and stuff.
My God, tonight. There's two outcomes of tonight. The one outcome is I'm going to win this game. The other outcome is I'm completely fucked. Trey was on the block with Kaylee, and Trey did go home like I wanted in a unanimous vote, 8-0. Now, face value, it's yay, 8-0. Everyone did what I wanted. The bad thing is the amount of work I had to do to make that happen, which I shouldn't have had to do. And two, the fact that it's 8-0 means that I have a lot of influence, and I'm sure people are going to know that. So, here comes Connor and Robbie, winner and in charge. God, it's basically like what happened today was the plan was supposed to be easy vote, just take out Trey. It worked for everyone based on what they're presenting to me, right? So I can't judge people and say that they made a dumb move based on things that I don't know, but from the talk that I'm getting, no one should have been mad about Trey being on the block. And I feel like I did a good job in presenting why Trey going home truly did make sense for every single person, except for maybe Thomas and Quinn, maybe Thomas. The main logic, again, with Quinn with wanting Trey to go home was returning player, keep the number 6-4 in the split with newbies versus returnees, not in room 4, and not Connor. Right, so Trey. Well, Quinn told me he wasn't going to use the veto, and I feel like he was wishy-washy, and I honestly think he was going to use it tonight, and he took a lot of convincing. And then I think that when he was going to not use it, I feel like there might have been a plan in place to pull some pennants together and use a steal a vote or something, because they must know the split now, right? So roughly around 6:30, while we're waiting for Quinn to send in the veto, I just had this feeling in my stomach, like it's something you can't describe. You just get it. It's like a wave just comes all over you, and I knew something was up. I just knew it, and I just went to work. I messaged and talked with every single person in the game besides Trey, and put everything into place that I possibly could to make sure Trey went home tonight. When you put someone on the block and that's their target, like, they have to go. Like, they cannot come back in the house because Trey's coming for me. So, it was wild, and, there's lots of things going back and forth, and Connor saying that Robbie was going to keep Trey, and then Quinn was saying that, all the votes are on Trey, and then there was, this whole thing going around that Trey thinks he has the votes, like, we might have to keep Trey, and I was like, guys, this is a bluff. This is a bluff. The strategy definitely was Trey going around saying, I've got the votes, like, come on, vote with me, be in the majority, and that creates the majority. When you have no votes, you just tell everyone, oh, no, I have the votes. Like, you want to vote with the majority so that no one's left out. And it could have flipped the house. There were definitely a few people tonight that I feel like they truly were going either way.
I wasn't, the second, whenever I heard Quinn won, I kind of assumed that things weren't going to change. And I really wanted to keep Trey more than anything else because Trey was somebody who I trusted reasonably, and I thought was a good player who I would feel comfortable working with. And also with the power that I think Alex has, with how he's been so socially active and how he's played both sides, I think that he has a lot of power right now. And I think that any day now he could end up flipping. And I don't trust him to stick with us, especially after he put up both Trey and Seeley without talking to anybody from our room, from what I understand, without consulting us. It made me pretty confident that his thoughts were trying to work with the other people, the other group. And so I definitely feel very worried about what his plans are for the future.
So Trey's gone. And while that sucks, I got his pendant. So I'm up to 3 now. I don't think it's going to do much as of right now, so I'm going to bide my time. And I also think that I'm in a good spot still with the house, somehow, other than maybe Daryl. So I am hoping that somebody other than Daryl or myself wins HOH tomorrow. And then maybe I can build up my repertoire with some veto wins if I can get picked for a friggin' veto. Maybe. We'll see.